Will P. Wilson, the producer of All Day Live. I hope you enjoy this show for this week. We cover a little bit of the Hemp Fest gathering planning group that showed up over at the Meridian Park. This last Saturday. It was Father's Day. Actually, it was Sunday, Father's Day. And we're going to also then see the peace concerts put on by Don Glenn. Don has been doing this for 22 years. And it's unique because of all the circumstances. He had a daughter that found him 2 weeks ago after 47 years, 43 years, I believe. He hadn't seen her. She had never seen her father. So it was like I had a chance to interview Don with his daughter after 43 years. It's amazing. What a Father's Day gift. I hope you enjoy this. The peace concerts are incredible. Don Glenn needs financing, funding, and whatnot. 22 years he's been putting on the peace concerts here in Seattle. A great man, and he deserves a lot of recognition for what he's done and funding. So we'll get into that in the program and have you meet with him, and we'll hear from him as well. I hope you enjoyed this program. We're about to hear from Don Darrington to get an update and report on organic medical cannabis patient care, how we're trying to put together a statewide, nationwide foundation. And we do need funding. I need funding. I am Will P. Wilson. You can get funding donations to me here at 8600 Aurora Choice Wellness Center. And you can send the donations to me here if you can. It'd be appreciative. I've been doing these programs for now 10 years, over 2,500 TV shows. It would be nice if somebody here in the community cared a little bit to help me out to pay for my expenses, because I can't do it myself. It just won't work. I need that kind of funding. Please send me money if you can. Send donations to try to help us create the Organic Medical Cannabis Patient Care System Foundation. Send it here to Choice Wellness. We're trying to put this together for you. I appreciate you guys watching. Enjoy this program. I'm Will P. Wilson. Thank you.
I like to do like reminder calls before noon. I feel like you don't get very.
Hi, I'm Don Darrington. I'm the CEO at Choice Wellness Center at 8600 Aurora Avenue North in Seattle. We are a holistic health center. We are all about natural and organic remedies for people. We help people get off of pharmaceuticals that are damaging their organs. We help people control their pain in a much more productive way than many ways that they've tried in the past. One of the things that I wanted to talk about today is there's a lot of political action going in the cannabis movement. There are certainly different factions in the cannabis movement. One of the things that's frustrated our legislators in Olympia, and it's understandable, is the lack of cohesiveness in this industry. There have been groups who've kind of pulled together at different times to try to form different cohesive groups. Unfortunately, they all end up fighting with each other and even fighting within themselves. Part of the issue that I see, and part of the problem why there is a lack of cohesiveness, and I think we're going to be seeing that by the time this airs. We will have seen a couple of protests in Olympia, one on Wednesday and one on Thursday, one supporting an amendment to the economic bills, and one supporting it, one fight against it. I really doubt that any of the legislatures are going to take more than 2.5 seconds or even that out of their busy schedule trying to get the budget passed to deal with all this infighting with cannabis. There's different views, and I certainly have a strong view. I absolutely do not bend on it, and there are other people in the field of cannabis that have strong views that are very opposed to mine. We're never going to agree. I will never agree to putting poison in medicine. I will never agree to using systemic pesticides in growing medicine. That's just not even a negotiable thing as far as I'm concerned. So I'm just trying to exist in that realm and drag everybody else up to the standards. You find some cooperation amongst some people. There certainly are strong friendships that have been formed, strong business relationships that have been formed, strong business relationships that have been avoided because for the very reason that there are just some people in this industry you just don't want to deal with. because perhaps they come from a different business model than a legitimate one. So there's going to be infighting in this. As long as there's this huge profit motive that people have, there is going to be infighting. Cannabis is illegal because of racism, ambition, and greed, and nothing has changed in the last 100 years except for the names of a few of the players. So as long as greed is so intricately involved into this subject, we are going to have problems. I really like to see us move this quite rapidly into a well-regulated, patient-friendly system of providing medication. I ran into a young man yesterday on University Way, and we call the Ave, by the university in Seattle, and his business is one of selling various substances on a street corner. And I realized when I was talking with him that I actually have more respect for him than I do for many of the access point owners, because he's not a hypocrite. He's not a liar. He's not duping sick people into buying poison. He's just selling what he's got, and everybody knows what he's got, and nobody expects it to be a cure for anything. Nobody expects it to be organic. And that's just a straight up front business transaction. I get really upset when ill people go into access points and think that they're all the same. They think that people that work there are going to tell them the truth. They think that people work there are going to guide them to the best solutions for their problems. Unfortunately, that is not true. But if we can put proper regulations in, if we can put proper training and some kind of testing standardization for something, pharmacist assistants have to go through training. They have to pass a licensing exam. Pharmacists have to certainly go through training and pass an exam. And they are very tightly regulated. I don't think this has to be rocket science. I think that this market can be regulated just in very similar ways. We belong under the Department of Health. We do not belong under the Liquor Control Board. As we are, maybe for the so-called recreational part, perhaps. Although I truly believe that virtually everybody who uses cannabis is using it in some medical fashion, even if it's to chill out, take the edge off. Well, take the edge off what? Obviously, high stress, high anxiety. Cannabis can lower those and make people much healthier, avoid stroke, avoid heart attacks, and that sort of thing by keeping their body better modulated. And they can do that with cannabis, and there's no problem with that. So let's keep it clean, let's keep it organic, let's get some proper regulation, and for above all else, let us do not throw patients under the bus in this recreational parade. Thank you.
And today is the 19th of June, 2013. As this foundation is being established, foundation for medical cannabis, it doesn't just mean strictly cannabis either, does it? It means other life-giving plants.
It does, and we have certainly been seeking out different substances. We have a wonderful plant at Choice Wellness called longevity spinach. There's an actual Latin name for it, which I cannot pronounce. But if you go on the internet, you can actually look it up. There's wonderful stories about it and information about it, and we're working on getting a link set up to our website for it. Longevity spinach has no psychotropic effects whatsoever. But what it does is it lowers your blood sugar, amongst other things. It's incredible for diabetics. I've heard anecdotal reports of diabetics actually being literally cured of diabetes with longevity spinach. We do have that available at Choice Wellness, but I don't want anybody really coming in looking for it unless you've done your homework first. I'm big about education. Look it up on the internet. If you don't have a computer, you can go to any public library and use a computer for free and look up longevity spinach. See all the wonderful curative things it can do, kind of watch it, learn about its little travels through the world, and how eventually it has come to us. And for that I am very, very grateful. Diabetes is a huge problem in our culture. I hold high fructose corn syrup greatly responsible for that. And unfortunately, the powers that be in Washington, D.C. aren't any better at regulating than the people in Olympia. So we have to spur them on and educate them and tell them that this is a substance that really needs to be removed from our food source. It is causing obesity, and yeah, look around. There's no missing it. It is causing diabetes in astronomical numbers. We don't need any kind of sugary substance, to paraphrase Michael Bloomberg, in green beans or all the other substances they put it in. Let's get back. If you have to have sugar, use real pure organic cane sugar. There are many other sweeteners that are available to us now that are not artificial, that are real plant-based and natural sweeteners that we can be using and be healthy. I just want everybody to be just a little bit more attentive to what you're putting into your body, what you're putting into your mouth, and how that's going to affect your life. Not only today, 5 minutes from now, 3 hours from now, tomorrow morning when you get on the scale, but 40 years from now. How's it going to affect your body? Are you going to have a stroke? I have a friend who's had 3 strokes and a mild heart attack. Her diet's atrocious. I think there's a connection there.
And water.
Good water, we need to be drinking good water. There are number of sources. You do not have to go out and buy water at grocery stores. Please avoid water that's been stored in plastic. That light plastic, like the little water bottles that we get, they can be very handy if you're on a road trip or a run or something. But under normal circumstances, please don't use that as your regular source of water. The problem is in the shipping. They are not properly, the temperature is not properly regulated, and they overheat, and the poisons from that plastic leaches out into the water. You can't taste them, but believe me, they're affecting your body. So that's just a real easy fix to make yourself healthier. You know, use a Brita filter, use some kind of filtration system if you must, and package up your own water. We do that a lot. We've got water containers in our cars and on our desks and everywhere we go, because we do need to stay hydrated, and especially those of you who are using cannabis as medicine. Cannabis is more dehydrating than alcohol, so you will find as you increase your water intake, you will metabolize the medicine better, it will work better for you, and you'll feel better.
Don, in a minute we're going to show longevity spinach here, so they can come in if they watch the show. They can buy the plant, right?
Oh, absolutely, and it'll live forever. It's easy to clone, so you just need one plant, and you can have a lifetime supply of this miracle plant. Let's go out and look at it.
Sure.
Now, what we have done is we rip them just in water. No chemicals. There's no chemicals or anything like that involved at all. It's just simply water. We'll move a few little cannabis girls out of the way here first and show you what we have. Okay, this is the longevity spinach right here. This is the mother plant that all of these clones came off of. And if we lift this up a little bit, you can see the beautiful root structures there. Just absolutely beautiful.
They can also get this hydroponic
Now
system.
this particular one is it's contracted with a company, so it does have to go through them. But we are looking at having smaller units made for us, made perhaps a 12 spots, because in the state of Washington we are limited to 15 cannabis plants. So for cloning cannabis, 12 is a good number, because that gives you 2 or 3 mothers that you can be cloning off of and have your plants going. But for the longevity spinach, you just cut off a piece,
You can
put
eat
it
right
in
off
there.
the plant.
Here. Absolutely, just like this.
Right off the plant. And it's good.
It's delicious.
It really is.
That absolutely is
You
delicious.
make whole salads,
You just I just throw a handful of leaves into a salad.
and they grow quick.
Oh, they grow very quickly. Now these are all ready to be transplanted into dirt.
And they were just cloned a few days ago.
They were cloned about a week ago.
About a week ago.
About a week ago, yeah.
Okay.
And it's just a marvelous plant.
And they can get them here.
You can get them here.
And you're going to have more plants as well. So most people don't realize it isn't just cannabis.
It's not just cannabis. Cannabis is huge. Cannabis, we have a relationship with cannabis that we don't have with any other plant in existence. we have a very symbiotic relationship, and it adapts to meet our needs. I'm not so sure that other plants do, but when we find another plant that meets a tremendous need, like diabetes, which is just rampant in our country, and we can have this little miracle plant. Now, one of the things that we find growing it, though, in the Pacific Northwest is you do either want to grow it indoors or in a greenhouse. Slugs love them. Oh my, tasty, tasty. And most of us are not particularly fond of slugs. We hate them being in our garden. They're uninvited guests. So I highly recommend, though, that people keep these either inside or in a greenhouse that
Yeah.
they can
Yeah.
control the slug population with.
And they can take one of these clones and clone off it, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they can make more of it.
In just a few short weeks, they'll have a mother that's as big as this. Now, I had cut this back to where there was virtually nothing here a week ago. And look how much it's grown out already. Just tremendously.
So if they could have 5 or 6 plants, they could be curing their diabetes.
Absolutely.
Amazing, isn't it?
It's amazing.
So
It's amazing.
So expect to find even more. We're looking at another variety as well soon, right?
Oh, we have actually people all over the world, and we have people working with Bruce Perlin's hemp group in Nevada, and we have scientists running around and hopefully sharing information, because most of us are trying to do that, about different plants and the different curative effects and how we combine. Of course, part of my interest in why I kind of look at a lot of these things is how can I involve other healthy curative products, agricultural products, in our cannabis products. Now, when I started out with the longevity spinach, my excitement was, oh boy, I can grind this up and put them in brownies. Actually, it seems to work best eaten fresh. And that's great, because we all should be eating salads and fresh fruits and vegetables every day. So you just throw a little bit of this in, or if you're like a grazer like I am, I love grazing, you just go by and grab a couple of handfuls and go on, and an hour later throw something else in. It can be very, very healthy.
It's incredible, Don. I hope they come in now. If they do come in, you might even let them have a sample leaf, right?
As
Maybe.
long as there's not 57 of them, because we don't want them all stripped clean. But yes, indeed, of course, people can have a sample leaf. It's a very interesting plant. And the leaf itself is not completely smooth. It's kind of like a peach fuzz. Kind of a peach
But it eats
fuzzy.
quick. It just,
But it tastes better than peach fuzz, I'll
Yeah.
tell you. Yeah. No, it really tastes wonderful.
yeah. So we're looking at future types of products also being devised from these different other healing plants, even combining it with cannabis.
Absolutely. We're working on a lot of that with a lot of different
Yeah.
things. Like I know that there are people that are working on this all over the world, quite frankly. But I know the people at Soma are working on. I know that some of the things like that they put, like things like comfrey, which is a very healing herb, and should be in most lotions and balms and so forth. And I know there's different things like that, vitamin
like
E, CoQ10, things like that. I know that cannabis can be amplified and boosted and added to with other proper essential oils and different agricultural products that can just even make it more healing. And I think we're going to find more and more and more of this as time goes on. If the feds will take a step back and let us actually continue to improve the qualities of the products and improve the stabilization, so that people can know, hopefully in a year or two, people in any state that has medical marijuana will be able to go to an access point and know. I know that one of the things they keep saying is they don't want any branding, but on the other hand, without branding, how do you know the quality? I read a quote in the paper this morning by State Representative Roger Goodman, where he was lamenting the fact that after Prohibition they allowed alcohol to brand. And I have to say that I totally disagree with him on that. If I go in to buy tequila, I don't want to have to depend on the honesty of somebody who's trying to make $1 standing behind a corner telling me this is the best tequila. I can walk in and I know there's a huge difference between the bottom shelf tequila and Patron. I personally prefer Patron. So I like it that it's a brand name because I don't want to pay Patron prices for garbage, and I don't even want to get garbage at any price, or what I consider garbage, less than the best. And that's the way that we feel about medicine. It has to be the best, and it has to have the best products, the best things pulled into it to work the best. And if we can have that and it requires branding, then I'm all about branding. We appreciate branding. We appreciate Golden Dragon medicinal syrup. It is organic. It is beautifully made. It is a marvelous product. They're all strain specific, which can be very helpful to patients also. Now, how would I know that? If I just walk into a place and I have to depend on somebody who last week was a drug dealer on the corner and this week has a store telling me how marvelous this is, it may or may not be. And most likely not. So I kind of like the branding with this. I'm not looking for big business to get involved with it, but we can brand on a little bit business level right now. And we have that. We like Soma, we like Golden Dragon, we like Ultimate, we like there's just a lot of things that we like, and we're increasing all the time. And of course, our criteria is organic, quality, tested, labeled, so
Right.
patients know what it is they're getting. And for that, if we need branding, then we need branding.
If they're interested, they can get a hold of you about the Organic Medical Cannabis Patient Foundation, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, because we have to keep this rolling. We cannot allow ourselves to be thrown under the bus. We are the most vulnerable in this society, those of us who are the most ill. And so we have to maintain this quality for patients.
And for research.
Somebody asked me one day, do you know what you're doing? I said, of course I don't know what I'm doing. That's why we call it research. I think, was it Einstein, I think, who came out with that, or something very close to it? Yes, of course we don't know what we're doing. That's why we call it research. We know that much. We know the tip of the iceberg. But I'll say this, we're learning more every day, and it's an exciting time to be involved with this. And I'm hoping more scientists. I know a young man who's studying science at the UW right now, who is very anxious to get more involved with this. And I want more young people to, because this is what's going to save the world. Well, it may be too late for the world, but save people as long as we can. Anyway.
Awesome, Don.
That's it.
You're
Thank
going to
you.
be at the Cannabis Cup in San Francisco this weekend, June 21st, 2013, right?
Right, we're going to be leaving tomorrow morning. We have, a list as long as my arm of people in the industry and scientists that we are so anxious to work with. So I am really excited to get those things accomplished, we're going to be doing some strain stabilization. We're going to be doing, there's a wonderful woman named Mara Gordon in the Bay Area who works with cancer patients like I do, and we've talked on the phone a number of times, and so we're very anxious to finally meet each other and really work collaboratively together. Now, I want to make this perfectly clear. It is illegal to transport cannabis across the state line. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking what we have up here in our brains. We can share information. We can share those resources, and that's what we have to do.
And we hope to be working with the John Baxter Institute and the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Center, right? Hopefully.
I'm just sitting
You
here
get
waiting
their
for them to
attention?
knock on my door. Yes, they certainly should be involved with this here. Now, Bastyr, I thought we were getting someplace with them for a little while, but that seems to have kind of faded away, so I'm not sure where their focus is right now. They were going to do some kind of big study, so I don't know if they're working on that or not. But yes, this absolutely needs to be.
Outstanding. Thanks, Don.
Thank
We're
you.
here at 8600 Aurora Avenue North at Choice Wellness, that you're trying to help educate the public more than anything.
That's a big part of what we do. Every time when we have a patient who comes in who's been, we haven't already seen before, we give them a whole orientation packet, because most of the clinics out there that are doing recommendation for cannabis patients just kind of take their money and throw them on the street, and we don't feel that's appropriate, because people do need a lot of education in this field on how to medicate. There's a lot of self-responsibility involved with using cannabis as medicine, but in order to use that, be righteously responsible, you have to have the knowledge and the education. So we give people all kinds of information that they can take, and hopefully most of them do follow through and look at it about their safety, about their physical safety, their psychological safety, their legal safety about usages and different ways and different strains and different ways that this can be helpful to them.
They can also come here for Nature's Medical Group.
Not here,
Not here.
No.
It's right nearby.
right nearby.
All right.
Right nearby.
Thanks, Don. We'll get a
Okay.
report for next week from High Times. What do you think?
Absolutely. I'm just really excited, looking forward to it. We've been to a couple of high times already and made some wonderful, wonderful contacts. So I'm really hoping that we'll be able to pull some things together. And of course, we have some new people that we weren't able to meet the last couple of times because they weren't there. But they will be there this time, so we're excited.
Thank you, Don.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next week.
Sorry, Ellen, when I'm talking, I can't talk anymore.
Oh, no, it's okay. What you're looking for.
I can't count and talk. Two marijuana articles.
Okay, I have those appointments available.
I told Ellen, I brought in 4 pounds of alcohol.
What's your name?
S means strawberry.
Okay, that works.
All right.
Putting you on a folder, but I may talk to my bartender and she says you can use the soda.
Marijuana was the way the word started, actually was never a term applied to a plant. It was a derogatory term applied to Mexicans who were coming across the border into the United States. Slightly more polite than wetback, but not much. That's one of the reasons I absolutely prefer to call the plant by its name, cannabis. That is its legal, technical name is cannabis. So let us call her cannabis. And get rid of pieces. Remember, it's illegal because of racism, ambition, and greed. Calling cannabis marijuana is racist. That's it. It is racist. So let's stop doing it.
So can we put together a program for the Veterans Administration hospitals?
I would love to. One of the things that Choice Wellness has always done has to been a place for veterans. We have always given veterans a discount. We will always continue to give veterans a discount. We want to say thank you for your service. I think I might have mentioned, service to others is the rent we pay for living on this earth.
And it may
These are people who have given service to all of us.
and it may help remove the depleted uranium munitions particulate that's gathered in about almost all of them.
We've got these problems at Hanford. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I am really not a scientist. I don't really know all the molecular configurations, and I don't know all the dynamics, but boy, I'd sure like somebody to look at it in terms of if cannabis, and it's not an if, because we know, cannabis can come into my body, and cannabis can make cancer cells fly out the window of my body and make them just go away and disappear, and that's been going on with me, and it's happening right as we speak, then what makes us think that it can't do the same thing with nuclear contamination? I mean, it's a possibility. Let's check it out. Let's find out. Let's get some scientists working on this, and let's get some real practical things. Okay, maybe if we pour concentrated cannabis with sugar, it'll make it go away. On the other hand, maybe we have to put vinegar in with the cannabis, and that'll make it go away. There's where we need the scientists. I don't know. I'm being facetious. It's not going to be sugar or vinegar, but who knows? Maybe it will.
A whole lot of future.
It could be. I mean, so we need to be working on these things to find ways and different methodologies that we can use to make this, to clean up our bodies, to clean up our environment. Cannabis is got such a small carbon footprint. At least when we can grow it outside where we should, it will have an incredibly small carbon footprint. It's good for so many things. But mainly, I'm about our health.
But it's been proven it takes it out of the soil. And now it will take it out of the body.
It takes it out of the body. It takes it out of the soil.
Cures cancer.
It cures cancer.
Diabetes.
How often, all my life, I heard, oh my God, if somebody could come up with a cure for cancer. Well, I'm going to tell you something. There are over 100 cures for cancer. They've been hidden from us. They've been buried. They've been burned because of profit and greed. I've been researching. I have several that I've been able to come up with that don't even involve cannabis, that are virtually no cost whatsoever, just practically nothing, that are natural and cure cancer. So let's get the word out there. Let's let people know there is an alternative. Western medicine certainly has its place, and Western doctors certainly have their place and can do a tremendous amount of good. They can also do a tremendous amount of harm. And greed and profit being a part of the equation is what makes 99% of the harm out there, is greed.
Apparently, the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center is now working with the John Bastyr Center. Apparently. Are you aware?
I think that's wonderful, and as well they should.
Yep.
Probably not enough fast enough to make me happy, but then I'm kind of an impatient person. I want a whole lot fast. I'm not happy about the fact that we have Cancer Care Alliance, we have Fred Hutch Cancer Care, we have Bastyr, and none of them are really doing anything about cannabis. Bastyr made a little bit of noise, did a little bit of study, not even really good follow through with that. So I'm very disappointed with our community here. I am really hoping that our Governor Inslee will somehow make it possible for the University of Washington to do research. Again, we've done it in the past. We were able to do it in the past. And other states are picking up on that and are getting that kind of approval. I don't know how far we want to be left in the dust, but let's not be left in the dust. We have an excellent research facility at the UW. Let's be utilizing it and find out a lot of these things. Answer. Every time I learn something new about cannabis, it opens 50 new questions. So we need to start answering some of them before my mind explodes.
You're right, Don. And there's too much of a question involved. And it could be that it's been suppressed because it does what we're finding out.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Although I think there are things we're finding out that nobody even dreamed of in the past. We are finding out some really exciting things. Now, there's a lot of people left in the dust because they don't want to learn. They just want to be profiteers, make money, and we'll leave them in the dust. But there are people. I'm so excited. In a week and a half, I'm going to be going to San Francisco for the Cannabis Cup, and of course, my purpose is the High Times Cannabis Cup. And yeah, they're doing a wonderful service with this, because what they're really providing, there are several levels of things they're providing for the connoisseur, for the customer, that sort of thing. They're getting what they need. But for those of us that are looking into the science and the development of this, it provides this a wonderful opportunity to meet together, to share, and to work collaboratively together to provide better care for patients.
Incredible. So look forward to more research.
Absolutely.
And growing.
And your methods of growing. We're researching different methods, different ways of dealing with water. It's very exciting. I'm not going to tell you all my secrets. I'm not going to tell you until we have actually come to conclusion, because I don't want to, if we're going down a dead end on something, I don't want to get people excited and have you waste your time and effort going that same dead end. So when we reach definitive, beneficial information, we will certainly okay that.
Awesome.
Report that to you.
Awesome. And this is Mark Emery. Mark was one of the premier strain creators, right?
Yeah, let me bring this down. Maybe we can see his...
June 15, Saturday, over here at Meridian Park. And this is the Hemp Fest planning party. We're over here at Meridian Park. I'm Whoopi Wilson, and here's Dawn, and we're going to do a few interviews, and we'll get on to the cannabis legislation occurring here in the state here pretty soon. So hang in there, everybody. There's Eric. Thanks, Eric. It's Vivian McPeak. Eric, I have to have room. Go walk near me. We're right after the Hemp Fest gathering. It's still Sunday. So I just thought I'd catch the peace concert today over here at Lower Woodland Park.
Hey, yo, tomorrow I will let you see. Thank you very much. We're moving mountains, and most of these songs are written originals written by Timothy Blotcher here.
This is Don't Be Around. Patrick. Oh my goodness. It's Patrick. Thanks, Patrick. And we're at the Peace concert today, right? Yes.
First what?
Yes.
Here.
Yeah.
Patrick. Hey, Mary. Oh, Debbie and Mary. Good nephew.
Evans.
Okay.
47 years ago, I was put up for adoption. My biological parents were not married. Back in the day, it was not appropriate to raise a child out of wedlock.
Right.
Anyway, so our records were sealed. And recently on Facebook, I shared a picture that said, "Oh, I'm looking for my natural parents." And I said, "I understand. My records were sealed. I don't think I can ever find my biological parents." Some gal claims she's a search angel, came on, asked me the information that I did know, which I told her. 2 hours later, I was on the phone with Dawn.
With your father.
Yes.
You're kidding.
2 hours
Really?
later.
Really?
Yes.
And this is
She
2 weeks
found-
ago. Yeah.
Excuse me?
2 weeks ago? Or, yeah.
Yes, just
Okay.
very recent.
Amazing.
I found my entire family. I found my mom,
Wow.
my dad, brothers, sisters, everything
Search angel.
within 2 hours.
Well,
This gal,
Yeah.
talk about service.
yeah. Yeah.
She had there was no charge, there was no fee, no anything. She called herself a search angel.
Ain't no kidding.
She was definitely an angel to me. She changed my life forever.
Well,
And I now have my father,
yeah.
my background.
Yeah.
I have everything.
Wow.
And siblings. I found mom, dad,
Wow.
brothers, sister, everything. It's
Amazing.
been absolutely amazing.
47 years.
47 years. Sealed records. These were sealed records
yeah.
that I had no idea that could even be opened.
Yeah.
After 47 years,
Well,
I have my whole family.
that's amazing. That's amazing. Awesome. Yeah.
It's awesome. It's
Yeah.
totally awesome.
Well, you God bless. That's
Thank
great.
you.
Thanks for the story.
You're welcome.
I bet Don's just unbelievable. He's,
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
He's,
yeah, yeah.
I don't know what you can do with that, but I would
You want
love
it on TV?
for it to. I have no problem with
Okay.
that.
Give us your full name now.
Diana Lynn Blevins
Okay.
is my full name right now.
Right. But this is amazing.
Yes.
And here you are on Father's Day.
I know. Our first Father's Day ever.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thanks. Appreciate it. What a story.
Yes.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Bob, where's my yellow submarine?
Yes.
Yes.
It's waiting. It'll whistle for it. It'll be
Look
over.
up for the screaming blue meanies
Yes. On Peace Day.
in the glove.
That's right. That's
Lovely
right.
glove.
Peace concerts every day.
Yes, every day should be a peace concert.
That's right. This is Father's Day,
Okay.
and this is your union with your daughter.
Interview or anything.
Right. Okay. Just a second. But go tell us the story real quick.
What's that?
We can wait for a second.
Tell us the story real quick.
The story. Okay. I was adopted, and on Facebook, after 47 years, this gal just helped me out. No service, no pay.
She found me.
47 years
Yeah,
later.
cut.
I hid 47 years, and all of a sudden she figured out where I was at, and I'm really glad for it.
And this is Father's Day.
Yeah, and
Thank
it's
you, Doug.
Father's Day.
Thank you
So
very
this is
much
really
for all
good.
you've done, too. Thank you.
Oh, I
God bless you.
appreciate
Yes.
everybody that's involved in it. It's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
nice community thing. So nice having her
Yeah.
here.
Awesome. Happy Father's Day, Don.
So, okay.
God bless you.
Back to work.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
No, this is all I've got.
What's the
They're all
website
ballpark.
to send donations for next year?
The website is cpeace.org. That's SEAPEACE.org.
Okay. And you can get donations, right?
What's that?
You can receive donations for next year?
Yes.
Okay. That's, again, what's the name? Say it. What's the website?
The website, Seattle Peace Concerts, and on a search engine, but the actual website is cpeace, SEAPEACE.org.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And your name is what?
Don Glenn.
Don Glenn. Don, you've been doing a great service for Seattle.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. Thank you.
Good time for everybody, and
Yeah.
it helps people who are raising food bank donations.
Yeah.
It's all volunteer,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
supported by the big us.
Yeah. You brought some remarkable bands here today.
Thank you.
World class.
Yeah, they are, definitely. Some of the best bands in the world are right here in Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them are undiscovered. We try to bring them out.
Well, how about the... That's how they can get a hold of you, right?
Yeah,
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that's really good. It'll help.
Yeah.
We need to get people here because all this talent just goes to,
Yeah.
well, the trees enjoy it, but it's nice to have some people listening too.
Yeah. 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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
I'm over a whooping cart.
Hey, Will. Which,
Thank you. Yes. Go ahead, you guys. Thank you for incredible music. It's amazing. And you write the songs. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about what's happening as far as where you're going with all this incredible music. What's in store? Maybe at the Cannabis Gorge concert next summer, 4th of July?
Yeah, that
Have you heard
sounds
about
good.
that?
Sounds good.
Now you have.
That would be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we have another peace concert this summer to do.
Okay.
And we're a Ripple out of Ellensburg, so
Yeah.
so we're trying to get gigs on this side of the mountains.
Yeah.
Over here in Puget
Yeah.
Sound. So that's what. It's more competitive over here.
Sure.
We're trying
Yeah.
to break into that.
Yeah.
And this is a new lineup for us.
And this is you guys, Moving Mountain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. MovingMountain.com, right? Yes.
It started in the U District here in Seattle.
Okay.
So we're kind of coming back home
Okay.
again, so to speak.
Yeah. You didn't have more music on the way?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Really?
And we
Somebody
have a
better
CD
tape it.
coming up.
Make sure you have more cameras
Yeah.
next time.
Oh yeah.
You know, would you? Please, at least get somebody's phone or something, but, and don't miss a note.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
That's right.
And then get a hold of me. We'll make sure everybody knows you didn't miss that note. Because you're not. You guys are right
I
on.
think I missed one today.
You did. Did you really?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once.
What's the website?
www.movingmountains.com.
What's your names again, really quick?
Timothy Blotcher and this is
Jeannie.
Jeannie.
Malinowski.
The world needs to be aware. Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
And Big
Appreciate
Bob,
it.
you should interview him. He's been great.
There's Big Bob. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks. Thank you. God bless you. Really. It's
Thank
remarkable.
you. Thank you.
capture and give you one truck. Fucker's got 5 in his mouth. You know this one? We're like dying over here.
He's a fight.
Thank you.
I don't believe it.
That was a nice shot. When he has 6s though. Love that guy. I can't remember his name though. What's that guy's name? never. I see him everywhere. Huh? Forget it, man. He's a nice guy.
Getting started. So put the guns down, pass the peace pipe around. Let's all do something human. My family and I need food, water, and sky. Don't need no corporations. Don't need no government taxing and axing us out of existence. They serve their purpose. So let's cut them all checks and let's send them all home so we can all be together. Yeah, let's cut them all checks and let's send them all home so we can all be together. Ooh, lately, when I look to the west, I see dark clouds, and they're building across the sky, across the horizon, far and wide, bearing down to the sea. And I know, and you know, it's gonna rain, it's gonna pour, it's gonna rain, it's going to pour, it's gonna rain, it's gonna storm all around. It's flowing down to the sea, into the sea, coming down, pouring down, pouring down over Thank you very much. A great day today.
How do they get a hold of you guys? How do they get a hold of you?
We have a website. I can write it. It's moving, M-O-V-I-N, mountain.
Movingmountains.org.
Moving mountains. Those are the reasons.
Thank you. We're off to a good start. Great music. We just need to get more people here. Let your friends know the next concert we have 2 weeks from now, Gasworks Park. The legendary Tiny Giants and Jim Page, Seattle's own Jim Page. So lots of good stuff happening. Thank you. We got posters over here if anybody would like to help pass them out. And we need all the help getting the word out that we can get. So thank you.